Hello and welcome on this lovely rainy day. I'm Cleo from GamesR4FITE, and today I'm going to review Dishonored. Released in 2012 by Bethesda Game Studios, the geniuses behind the Elder Scrolls series as well as Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, Dishonored isn't as open-ended as those games, but it does have a similar feel. You take on the role of Corvo, royal bodyguard to the Empress of Dunwall and her young daughter Emily. At the very start of the game, you are betrayed by evil men in positions of power, and must prove your innocence from the shadows, exacting revenge on those who betrayed you and rescuing Emily from their clutches. Right at the start, this creates an interesting paradigm, at least for people like me who actually care about story in a video game. While the masterminds themselves are cruel and selfish, most of the enemies you'll go up against are actually just regular Joes doing their jobs. To them, you are the bad guy, so do you really want to prove them right by leaving a swath of destruction and dead bodies in your wake? Or do you elect to take the more difficult but morally superior route of sneaking around and taking targets out non-lethally, leaving them to face their punishments as decided upon by the citizens of Dunwall? That's an option I'd really like to see in other stealth games featuring so-called good guys like Assassin's Creed 3. Beyond the abilities of sneaking around and choking enemies unconscious from behind, or slashing their throats and turning them into pincushions via various types of crossbow bolts if that's your chosen path, the game also features various magical abilities, some more powerful than others. A few are basically vital if you want to avoid detection or find every coin and health vial in an area, others are merely for show or to help you out if you decided to go down the murderous bastard moral pathway. Unfortunately, therein lies one of the biggest flaws of Dishonored. Like many games that play out the morality trope, one side of the proverbial knife has significantly more tangible rewards than the other. In Dishonored's case, that would be the evil side. One of the coolest abilities, for instance, is to summon a swarm of plague rats that can attack and kill a foe in seconds. However, it only takes one dead body to lose the no-kill objective, and if you lethally eliminate more than 20% of the NPCs in the game, you'll get stuck with the bad ending. In contrast, none of the abilities are especially beneficial if you go the non-lethal route. And in addition, it's much more difficult to knock someone unconscious and store their body somewhere they're not going to A. get eaten by rats, B. drown, or C. have their body discovered by other guards, putting everybody else on high alert. I understand it must be very difficult to program a game that takes into account many shades of morality and personal choices, but I do think if they're going to market a game as giving you the option of being good or evil, there should be more benefit to the good side than personal satisfaction for taking the moral high ground. Aside from that though, Dishonored is definitely an interesting and enjoyable game. The story offers more than games have in the past, and I found myself caring about some of the NPCs, even with as little interaction as there is. The controls are easy to pick up and perfect, and it's quite interesting to see guards with more dynamic patrol patterns. They won't hesitate to leave their designated route if they notice something that begs further inspection, or just decided to turn right instead of left. Yes, they do still suffer from Skyrim-esque amnesia if you leave an area long enough, but it's a good leap in the right direction for intelligent AI behavior. There isn't too much customization available, but aside from the morality problem I already addressed, what customization is there goes a long way. It also bears mentioning that there's usually a menagerie of ways to get from point A to point B, so if you lack the patience or special abilities to go one route, search around a bit and you're sure to find another way. I've heard that Dishonored did so surprisingly well that the developers are already working on a sequel. And I do hope that's true, as I'd love to see what was introduced in this IP expanded into an even larger game. If you like stealth games, or games like Assassin's Creed 3 with more options than shimmying along tree limbs to drop down in air assassinations, then try Dishonored. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. For those of you who have played Dishonored and want to give your 2 cents, or maybe there's an aspect of the game I haven't covered that you want to know more about, let me know in the comments. Also, if you found this review useful and would like to see more in the future, please click like and share it with your friends. See you later, my little creamy bonbons. Cleo out. P.S. Sorry for technical difficulties, but a girl does what she can.
Oh, long enough for all of the big and the small. Well, the taller they stand, well, the harder they fall. We live for today, but we die for the next. With blood in our veins, in the air, and our chests.